that is one special car, and I have someone really special to have a conversation about this brand. I have Brendon with me, Vice President, Sales and Marketing at Mercedes-Benz India. Brendon, thank you for joining us on this conversation on Times Drive.
Thank you so much, Manav.
Congratulations on the launch of the new 2026 S-Class. How has it been for you?
Phenomenal. I've been enthralled by what this vehicle is capable of doing, but how it's also been received.
How has it been received?
Phenomenal. Feedback from yourselves has been really great. I think the fact that it's the first of its kind for the S-Class being a hybrid in India, I think a lot to look forward to. I think the automotive and consumer is really being tuned to what is happening with powertrains in country. Yeah. Ever since I think the GST transition, we've seen a lot of change in our portfolio. Yeah. So this, I think, spices things up.
So in the flagship space, in the top-end market, Mercedes-Benz has a stronghold right now on the country. Absolutely. When it comes to absolute sales for the luxury car buyers. You are uniquely positioned with an electric model in your lineup, with the hybrid now, and of course the AMG lineup to please the enthusiasts. How do you see the balance between these drivetrains in your lineup?
I think this is a precursor of what could come, right? I think the kind of interest that we see being galvanized from this S450e would set the tone on how else we bring product to our stable.
I see. Now let's talk about the S-Class, because that's the hero of the story today. It's now become a plug-in hybrid. Purists might say that it should continue to come with a V12 engine, but of course, as times are changing, we're adapting new technologies.
Yes.
So now that the hybrid technology has been introduced, it's coming with its own set of advantages. Could you share some lights on that?
I think it's finding the purist, but also looking at those that are prepared to do the transition to electric, but are not so convinced as yet. So it's an in-betweener, and that in-betweener is really pronouncing the best of both worlds. And when you have that 115 kilometers of electric drive, that peace of mind gives a certain assurance that I can transition, right? And I'm able to actually still leverage or make use of ICE on the highways when required. Yeah. But for your daily inner city commutes, I think this talks volumes. And that's where we think that we find a sweet spot in our offering.
So you also hold a unique position because you are taking care of sales and marketing as well. So how do you take a car like this to the S-Class buyer? Do you think your approach changes, or do you think it continues to be the same?
I think our approach continues to be the same, because those enthusiasts will always look at this vehicle because of its heritage, because it's so aspirational, because it's the pinnacle of Mercedes-Benz. It defines us. So naturally, you would have that gravitation, always that interest, that curiosity to see what is coming out of Mercedes stable as far as flagship product. So in that regard, I think how we have always marketed the S-Class and positioned it. Today, we shared not only the vehicles we've brought over time, but also the kind of patents that have come along with the S-Class. And we've always brought those latest, greatest patents through the S-Class, and this time around is no different. So I think there's a natural gravitation is what we believe.
Speaking of patent, we've got the first car that Mercedes-Benz came out with. It's been 140 years since this transition has happened. I'll put you on the spot. Let's not go 140. Where do you see the next 40 years coming along in the world of cars and Mercedes-Benz?
Wow. This is a tough one, because I myself, I was convinced that electric is the way, right? And I'm also there. I love the electric vehicles that have come out of our stable and that are expected to come out of our stable, because we're on the verge of our biggest ever product offensive that we've spoken about. But what we see and learn of this hybrid also speaks huge volumes of the kind of engineering prowess coming from our stable. So to ask what's my assessment of the next 40 years, very difficult to read. But no doubt Mercedes-Benz's research and development engineers are hard at work, continuing to read the future.
Right. So that's from your perspective. But let's talk about the customers, right? There's been a lot of change in the automotive world, be it in terms of policies and norms, in blends, in drivetrain options, but not going too much into detail about these things. But in the top-end space, Do you think these things are deterring the buyers because you keep selling the cars at an incredible pace every year?
I think for as long as we continue to keep to our strategy of value over volume and ensuring that we maintain substance that justifies our product strategy, our price strategies, I think that we will continue to excite and create curiosity for customers to look at our vehicles.
Last question, Brendon. If you could sum up the new S-Class in a sentence, how would you do that?
A marvel on wheels for the safety, for the entertainment, for the encapsulating cabin that it is. I think you can't get better than this kind of drive.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you so much, Brendon. It's been a wonderful conversation.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on
Thank you so much, Manav. Thank you.